So which team is at the biggest crossroads right now? Bone Thugs, Crossroads, let's go. Who wants to go first? LaShawn.
Let me take this one, guys.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars, right? They have about $54 million in cap space. They're bringing a really, really successful coach. He came from that Andy Reid tree, Doug Peterson. He's been very, very successful. I think when you talk about when you have a quarterback that's a franchise guy, Trevor Lawrence, you bring in an expert, offensive coordinator, head coach. And they did it with Doug Peterson. I think he's going to demand respect when he gets in there. Guys on that team, man, they've been struggling for a couple of years. And you have a coach like that that's been successful, have done it over and over again. He demands respect and he will get it. I think they can get some good players in free agency, get some good players, because they have the money, obviously, with the $54 million in cap. And then, hey, even in the draft, they got the #1 pick overall. So I feel very optimistic about this upcoming season for the Jags, man, with the coach, with the money they have, and also with the draft pick being #1. Get him an offensive tackle.
You like it?
I like it. I like it. And I like the coach. It starts from the head down. And I think with that franchise, man, they're in the right direction.
They had a disastrous year last year, right? But even with that, they beat the Colts in the last game.
Good defense. They have good defense now.
And their defense got at Josh Allen like maybe no other team did. So I think they have talent. They just need someone to put it all together because the culture was just demolished under Urban.
You think Doug is that type of coach?
I think so.
He's done it.
I think he's done it. He brings in with Press Taylor, who did it with him in Philly, and the two of those guys together. And I don't know. I feel like the Jaguars could be one of those teams where it's like, all right, we did well in free agency, did well in the draft, and suddenly we're a 7-8 win team as opposed to a 2-win team. Or
nice division to do it.
And then that next year, right?
Yeah.
Because you bring a new coach in, I think it's a 2 to 3 year deal, right? Because now you have to get rid of the players that was before you got there.
Right.
And then you could get the draft picks you want, get the coaches you want, right? And then you're setting up a different culture. When I was with the Buffalo Bills, I got to give a lot of love and shout out to Sean McDermott, right? And Brandon Beane, the GM. They really changed that whole culture. And not just the players, but the whole building. From the cafeteria to the janitors, everybody was a winning attitude. And every day he would preach, we got to have a playoff mindset. And that's everything you do, from practice, for how you treat the locker room. Guys take their showers, take their clothes off, and they stay on the floor. No, you put your stuff away, you put it in the basket, and you wash. So everything matters. And I think that you have a guy like Doug Peterson, who I played for. When I was a rookie, he was Donovan McNabb's quarterback coach, right? I think you get a guy like that in that locker room.
Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl champion.
He'll walk in and he'll instantly have respect from that.
And he's a playoff guy, and like you said, people will respect him soon as he gets in the door.
You're not supposed to have first overall pick 2 years in a row. That's the worst.
Yeah.
So you got Trevor Lawrence, and now nail that first pick and build from there. I'm going to go with another team who had the 2nd pick last year and has the 4th pick this year. I'm going to say the Jets are at a crossroads. This is year 3 for Joe Douglas, year 2 for Robert Saleh. The Jets had a really good draft class last year. We don't know what Zach Wilson's going to be, but I have a feeling Vera Tucker, their guard, is going to be a superstar. I have a feeling Michael Carter's a starting running back. Elijah Moore's really good. Michael Carter, the safety's good. They've got a good, young start to this thing. They have to hit this year. They have to hit. And you look at the teams with the most free agent cap space. You mentioned the Jaguars. The Jets, they have plenty of money. And it's if you look at their roster, it's so young. And they just don't have those veteran guys that are going to... Corey Davis was solid last year for them. C.J. Mosley could still play at linebacker. Other than that, you mentioned the defensive tackle out of UConn, Fedakasu. He was good last year, but they need players. They need players. And this is the crossroads year for the Jets because you don't get 4 years to rebuild. You don't get 5 years to rebuild. We've already been through the Adam Gase era. We don't want to go to year 3 of the Robert Saleh era and it not being a team that's relevant. So I would like to see the Jets in the next few weeks, I'm talking free agency and the draft, really add to this team so that they're not just a nice story, but they're a story of a team that's on the rise. And who knows, could be competing for a wild card spot in a division that we know the Bills are likely going to be the favorites.
That young quarterback's got to play, huh?
It's got to be better.
I like his game. I like his game.
His game. I'm not sure
we gotta do more.
I'm not sure he showed us enough flashes yet that it's this is the year.
I want to talk about the Cowboys at Crossroads, and you could take this one route that, Amari Cooper might be gone and Dalton Schultz and all this stuff, but it is just so much bigger, and it just comes back to this. This is the last time that we saw the Dallas Cowboys, the alleged crown jewel of the NFL. And America's team is the last play. There's 14 seconds. There's no timeouts. It was Keystone Cops, and a dog chasing its tail, cat chasing a laser pointer, whatever it was, and then the season was over. And I'm in an own personal and in professional crossroads with the Dallas Cowboys as someone who's a content provider with you guys here.
Content provider. Not a host, a content provider.
That's right. I can't provide any more Dallas Cowboys content because I thought they were going to win this game. I thought they were going to do things this year.
You did pick them.
Yeah, I got hooked.
You
like I have.
You picked them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kay and I both picked the Niners.
I blame myself. Okay.
Gutsy.
And here's the problem that I have. There's a media thing going on, and we hear from viewers and fans, why do you talk about the Cowboys so much? Why do you talk about the Cowboys? And they're right. I don't know why we talk about the Cowboys so much. And if you turn on other networks, it's even worse because I'm just tired of this whole, the standard of the Dallas Cowboys is Super Bowls. 1995. I haven't been to a title game since. In the time since the standard of the Cowboys is Super Bowls, teams in their own division have gone to 5 and won 3. They haven't even gone to a title game. And you think about it, so why are we talking about the Cowboys so much? Why? I don't know. I think media has changed. This isn't 1990-something where you just throw on Troy and Emmett, or even the 2000s where it's T.O. I don't know why we talk about this much. They're not worthy of it, because even you want to compare them against struggling franchises that have been downtrodden and struggling, all right? The Bengals were in the Super Bowl last year. Yeah. In the time since the Cowboys have been to a Super Bowl, a title game, the Panthers have been to 2 Super Bowls. The Jaguars have been to 3 title games. The Jets have been to 3 title games. The Ravens, who did not exist as a team the last time the Cowboys were in a Super Bowl, have 2 Super Bowl rings. Wow. So why is it always, just throw the Cowboys up there? It'll rate. Does it? Do you want to hear about the Cowboys? Does anybody who's not born and raised in Texas want to hear about them anymore? I don't want to talk about them anymore. And due respect, fine. I'm not rooting against them. There's 31 other flavors that we can talk about at this table, and I don't want to put you guys in a bad spot as the show, but like I want to take like a vow of silence about the Cowboys.
You can't do that. Wow.
I don't know.
We got a lot of offseason.
Peter, you're never short on things to say. I would be happy to give my time to you at this table.
The tank is empty already? It's March.
It's not empty. I have plenty to say. I have nothing constructive and nothing
What if we
positive.
put the combine in Dallas?
They're emptying Kyle's locker right now.
Yeah, he's done with
Yeah,
him.
you're done.
Is it, though?
Done. Yeah, I think so. I think any executive will show you the minute-by-minute rate.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know if that's true.
Do you have that information?
I've definitely heard that.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard it back when I was in high school.
You think sales teams going to sponsor?
I think it's a tired old way of doing football content of just talk Cowboys.
You don't think Cowboy segments rate higher on other networks than our network in 2020, 2021?
I think this one will. I think the Steelers are the same deal, and the Steelers actually win. I think the Packers are the same deal, and the Packers actually win. I have no problem with Rodgers talk. I have no problem with Ben Roethlisberger talk. Those guys get to the playoffs. They do stuff. They don't even win Super Bowls. They don't sit here and say over and over, we're going to do it and do it. 1995.
So no more America's team. No more of that?
I can't even get it. I've done that take already.
Yeah.
That's my grandfather's take.
I don't know
think
why
that they have.
It is, but it is.
We got a coach who, like, everyone's just sitting around waiting for Sean Payton to take the job.
Yeah.
We have an owner who, like, would you rather have the Combine come to Jerry World or the Lombardi? Like, which is better? I don't know. But I didn't have my driver's license the last time the Cowboys were even in a title game. So I don't wish them ill. I just feel like we should take much more attention to put it to many other teams. And I know there's a lot of people out there who feel the same way.
They have to win you back, I feel like, this year. Low
It's gonna take a lot.
expectations, you're over it. Can we do that, though? I want to pull the ratings when it comes to maybe even this segment. When
They'll lie to us.
I don't know
They'll
if
tell
that's
us
true.
it matters, and and then we're like, wait, no, it doesn't matter that it does. We don't know the ratings. We don't know. They don't tell us.
I don't know what would be what's the reason that they would ever lie about something like that.
Because they were classically trained in talk Cowboys. The media is different now. Yeah. The Cowboys are different. Actually, the Cowboys are exactly the same. So, I don't know.
Let's talk about another storied franchise that I think is at a crossroads.
What you got?
It's going to go one way or the other, and I'm talking rebuild or I'm talking AFC contender. It's the Steelers. How fascinating.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because here's the thing. You think, their 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback is retired. He's gone. Now we go to rebuild mode. But you can't because you have such good players on your team. You have a defense that is in their prime, ready to win. You've got T.J. Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, who's about to get broke off, by the way.
Ching.
Yes, and you've got all of these incredible pieces. You know what else? You have a star running back.
That's right.
In Najee Harris. The team is built to win now. All they don't have.
That's Steelers football, too.
They've got a great coach, Mike Tomlin. They don't have a quarterback. They do not have a quarterback. This team, and I joke, and I say this lightly, this team weekend at Bernie's their way into near playoff contention, carrying their quarterback the way in a crazy division, and the roster is loaded. What you need is a quarterback. Are you going to go to the draft? Are you going to go to free agency? Are you going to pull a big trade? Steelers, what are you going to do? Because you are this close. If you don't get the guy, you're wasting this window and this talent that I just mentioned. If you get the right guy, you are an instant AFC contender, and I think it's so fascinating.
Who is it, Kay? Who's the
I
guy?
don't know. I literally have no idea. What are you hearing?
There was a rumor yesterday.
Mitchell Trubisky? No, that is not the answer.
Trubisky might be the guy.
Trubisky.
He might
That's
be
what
the
we're
guy.
hearing.
If it's Trubisky, then I'll roll with Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Yeah. Then there was an unsubstantiated rumor that, like, and it was like on the deep recesses of the dark web that, like, Rodgers and the Steelers, and I think every Steelers fan, like, did the Undertaker, like,